Hey guys, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you are all doing well. I can't believe it's already the middle of March in 2021, and this is my first YouTube video for the year. How time flies. But I do have something very nice for you today, and it is the 2020 version of Todd McFarlane's Spawn figure. He did a Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign last year. I think it was in May, I think it ended, and this figure was expected to ship in November of last year, but as what happens with a lot of the crowdfunding campaigns, there are delays, and I just received this, I think it was a week or two ago, so, sort of towards the start of March 2021, and was it worth the wait? Well, let's see. So, I ordered 3 of these figures. The classic Spawn version. There was also, you could also buy a modern version of Spawn, and I think what they called an artist proof version, which was all white. I don't know what the point of that is. I guess you could paint it yourself or something like that. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I went with the classic version of Spawn because that is the version of Spawn I grew up with, but I didn't really grow up with it. I bought the comics that were originally released, the Image comics from back in 1992. So yeah, that's the this is proving a little bit tougher than I thought to open up. I like that McFarlane packing tape there. I might have to get some Outer Rim Collectibles packing tape made up. Alrighty, so here we go. And inside the shipping container, there's more boxes. I like those plastic, Hasbro could learn a bit from this, those plastic corner protectors. It's an excellent idea. Oh, what?
We got a bleeder!
Okay, so medical emergency taken care of. No blood transfusions required. I still don't know how that happened, but anyways, here we go. One classic Spawn from Todd McFarlane's Kickstarter campaign. Alright, so I'm going to head into the favourite room in my house. No, not the sex dungeon. I'm talking about the collection room and unbox one of these bad boys. Here we go. So here is the actual packaging for the figure, guys. It looks amazing. It feels amazing. It probably sounds a little bit weird, but it feels quality, almost Hot Toys quality, I've got to say. So as you can see there seems to be an inner box with a slip cover on the outside. It's got a nice sort of foil Spawn logo on one side. On the bottom, it says, "This is not a toy." And then there's a few other, not sure what they are. Legalese, maybe. Nothing going on the back. Nothing going on the other side. And once you remove the slipcover, once again we see the that logo there. Nice red ribbon there. That obviously is going to open the front of the box. Nothing on the side, nothing on the back, nothing on the other side. On top we've got that same, we've seen that before because I forgot that's a N on the bottom because I forgot that was a slip cover. So I've already seen that. This is nice, I really like this. Alright, so the first thing you see once you open it up there is a couple of slips of paper. So what have we got? We've got a checklist. Comparison checklist. Showing, seems to show all the features of the original Spawn figure, which apparently was released in 1994. And then it shows you the features of the, it says 2021 Spawn figure there, but the campaign finished last year in 2020. I didn't realise the original Spawn figures were 5.5 inches tall, so I guess that's the same size as the old vintage Masters of the Universe figures, I think. And then you also get a certificate of authenticity, which is nice to have, I guess. I'd rather have one than not have one. Okay, so... oh, wow. Look at that. Okay, so there's more foam underneath that. Bunch of accessories. How does this work? Trying to open this without breaking it. Alright, so yeah, there's like a foam insert. You can remove that. And then, yeah, have a look at that. The figure inside its clamshell. So in this foam insert, there's a bunch of accessories. I think these must have been, what do you call it? Stretch goal accessories. I'm not sure. Yeah, from memory, I think these are the stretch goal accessories. So if you're not familiar with crowdfunding campaigns, look at this, what's that, a necro sword or just a sword or whatever? That looks really cool. If you're not familiar with crowdfunding campaigns, the more money that they raise, the creators tend to add stretch goals. So if you reach, for example, $100,000, they'll add something, and etc. etc. I think Todd's campaign raised nearly, if not more than $2 million US. So what's that? Some necro plasma, I think. A necro dagger or something. The necroplasma is the sort of force energy that Spawn uses, and then wow, have a look at that. An additional head, screaming, unmasked Spawn here. That is amazing. Detail in the sculpt is great. The paint is great. Hopefully that's showing up on camera. The way that has been painted really brings out the detail in the sculpt, and that looks brilliant. Alright, here we go. The actual figure itself in its... I'm not sure if this is meant to recreate the original Spawn figure packaging or not. Not really 100% sure. I did not own any of the original Spawn figures, but that looks brilliant. It's a big, chunky clamshell, and I'm pretty sure you can open this up and without destroying it. It's resealable. You can open it up, pull the figure out, and put it back in if you want. I probably won't be doing that. There's a look at the you get a new version of the #1 Spawn comic in the back there. You can see that. Flying cape has swing open action. So this has been a bit like one of those sets of Russian dolls so far, where you open one up and there's another one inside, and you open that up and there's another one inside, and so on and so on. But we're down to the real juicy stuff now. So if you've stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. I can't wait to give you a much closer look at what seems to be an awesome figure. So there you can see the clamshell. It's actually hinged sort of on one side. I would have preferred if it was more like a star case where you could just completely remove the back, but Well, all right. So this is a great idea. The comic, the included comic comes on in like a slipcase on a backing board, I guess you could say it. Once again, they tell you that the action figure is not for kiddywinks. And I'll give you a look at the comic a little bit later on. Wow, that was more painful than I thought it would be. And here's a quick look at the included comic. On the back, you can see there they seem to have recreated the original ad for Todd Toys before it was McFarlane Figures or whatever it's called now. Some pretty cool looking figures there. Some weird looking vehicles. But awesome to get an included comic. And okay. Alright. This is the director's cut of the comic. So they seem to have included scans of all Todd's original artwork on the original boards that he drew them on. That's awesome. That is awesome. And there seems to be a bit of a commentary as well. Wow, that is so cool. So there you can see the original art compared to the final coloured version. That is going to be a fascinating read. Cannot wait to go through that and have a closer look. I guess you'd call that line art, the original art, line art. And so, okay, so every few pages there's going to be a bit of a commentary from Todd on what he was trying to do with each of those pages. That is awesome. Can't wait to read it. Alright, let's take a look at the rest of the accessories you get with this figure. You get a stand with one peg. You get 4 swap out hands with which you can use to grip the various weapons. And then you also get this kick-ass rifle with what seems to have a grenade launcher and a nasty, pointy, stabby, sawy thing underneath that. And that has been painted really well. Once again, I'm not sure if this is showing up well on camera, but the weathering on that looks awesome. And then finally we come to the figure itself, and have a bang of that number, guys. Look at that, metal chains, and they fit in seamlessly with the rest of the figure. Have a look at that. That is awesome. Look at that cape. Hopefully the texture is showing up on video. It's got folding seams that pretty much work in seamlessly. The shading, the shadows on the cape as well are amazing. Now, I'm not sure how well that folding feature works. The part of the cape on the figure's left hand side folds in well, but the part on the figure's right hand side doesn't work as well. But I don't know if that's just mine or if they're all like that. But anyway, I'm going to have him displayed with the cape open up anyway. And yes, look at that head sculpt. That is phenomenal. It's a bit more, in inverted commas, realistic than the comic book look. The comic book look is a bit more soft, but that looks brilliant. I really like it. He's got in his torso, he's got a bit of a slouch to one side. I don't mind that. I normally like my figures sort of neutral pose, but it's a very slight slouch, so I don't mind that. So I'm just having a bit of a play around with the some of the articulation there. You can see the elbow articulation. You can get about 90 degrees in that. Now the shoulder articulation is hindered by those shoulder pieces of the cape, I guess you'd call them. Excuse my hands, sorry. This is the first time I'm really having a play around with this figure, so yeah, I absolutely love it. I can't believe how well those metal chains work. They are brilliant. I'm not going to go through all the articulation. I'm just going to go through some of the major joints. He does seem to have double knees, and you can see the sort of hip articulation there. His leg does go out to the side, it doesn't go straight out in front. There's the double knees. It is sort of hindered by those spikes on his lower legs, but still pretty good. And then the ankle and the toe articulation is brilliant. It's got all the articulation you need, even though some of it is a little bit hindered. But I reckon you get this guy into some fantastic dynamic poses. What a figure. The paint looks amazing. I don't think I can see any paint flaws. I'm not going to try and swap out the head, but because I'm just going to display him with the normal masked head anyway. So amazing figure. It really is fantastic. Okay guys, so was this worth the wait? Absolutely, 100%. It was, you know, what I said earlier, 4 months overdue or something like that. But and I know not everyone has received their figure yet, so if you haven't received it and you're watching this, don't worry, I'm sure it's going to turn up soon, and I 100% guarantee you will not be disappointed. The quality of this figure is, I mean, staggering. I don't remember seeing any paint flaws. I don't remember seeing any flaws in the plastic, you know, like little bits from injection molding or wherever they do it, little bits left over and that sort of thing. The metal chains work in seamlessly and fit into the rest of the figure perfectly. And if you have received this figure, make sure you let the people know what you think of it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.